Good evening. This is Stan Matthews in the Matthews broadcast on this Tuesday, the 6th of February, here at our host, the studios of Gems TV and Radio. That's right, 91.7 and gemsradio.net. Here in Verona, New Jersey, on this wonderful Tuesday evening as we rapidly head towards Valentine's Day. Ladies.
Oh boy.
Would you be my Valentine? Right? Is that what we used to say? By the way, he's Lindsay the Voice Time.
Oh boy.
A trained vocalist from Montclair State.
Oh.
So we want to say thank you, as we always do at the beginning of the show. You are our greatest asset, the greatest audience in all of streaming TV land. We want to thank you for your emails, for your texts, for your face-to-face conversations as we move through the highways and the byways here in the Garden State. You are there with us. You make the Matthews broadcast just an honor and a pleasure for myself, for Lindsay, for our image doctor Cornelius Hill. Pray for him. He is in the hospital with certain health challenges. For Katie Ann Mills, who's on the way, for my co-hosts, Sister Samut A. Scott, our whole person prosperity coach, Lindsay, and she is just fabulous.
She's lovely.
Like that.
Like that.
All right. I'm just saying. And so for all of those who are part of the Matthews broadcast family, we thank you. We could not do what we do without you. So welcome to the Empowerment, Alignment, Upliftment, and Enrichment broadcast. The whole person prosperity broadcast, and we love what we do, and I'm sure you can tell by the good time that we always have. We have big cable on the run. If you don't know yet, Netflix, Hulu, Gems Radio and TV, and other customized streaming services are now taking large numbers of people who formerly were watching the triple play on Comcast and other services, which are very expensive. I don't know how, Kathy, you can watch 1,700 channels. I don't even know why you need that. And so people are now subscribing to customized streaming television so they can watch what they want when they want, like Downton Abbey, like Game of Thrones, and other things. And so the wave of the future is customized media where you get to watch what you want to watch when you want to watch it.
Very good.
So that is why we are increasing in popularity, and we love the fact that we have big cable on the run. Just some quick thanks to friends of the broadcast. You make it possible for us to retain this desk at 7 p.m. Here on the broadcast. Thanks to Vernon Bradbury, the captain of the Newark Bike Police. Thanks to Patrick Fennell of Empowerment Coaching. Thanks to Greg Jones out of Willingboro, New Jersey. Thanks to Brick City's own Justice Roundtree, the life force behind 360 Poetry. Thanks to Dennis King in Pennsylvania, in Norristown, Pennsylvania. Thanks to Shaka Andrews in Miami, Florida. Thanks to Leslie Andrews in Honolulu, Hawaii. Thanks to Charlene St. Clair in Richmond, Virginia. Thanks to Pinky Andrews in Hampton, Virginia. Thanks to Harry and Annis Staley in Charleston, South Carolina. Thanks to cool Otis Brown and the Otis Brown Quartet in Woodstock, Georgia. Thanks to Tyrone Scotty Howard in Hotlanta. Thanks to Joy Anderson in Tampa, Florida. Thanks to Greg Riley in Falls Church, Virginia. Thanks to Harvetta Fax, my sister in Baltimore, Maryland. Thank you to our international audience, Phaedra Andrews in London, England, Audrey Pereira in Trinidad and Tobago, Simpson De Silva in Guyana, Adoranka Batamosi in Bermuda, and Elizabeth Thompson in Jamaica. Thanks so much for continuing to support the Matthews broadcast. We could not be on the air without you. There are 4 foundational reasons for this broadcast. chapter 1, verses 26 to 28, it says, "You are made in the image and the likeness of God and given his authority to rule his creation." Secondly, the second principle of the broadcast is empowerment, as you know. And coming right from the book of Timothy, it says that you have not been given a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. Yes. Right? So empowerment is the second principle. Third principle is upliftment. And here we hear the voice of our poet laureate, the one and only Maya Angelou, who many of us will remember in one of my favorite pieces, said, "People will forget what you said. They may even forget what you did. Yes. But they will never forget how you made them feel." That's right. So make someone feel like the king or queen that they are. Obed, I know you do it and do it well. I know you do as well, Lindsay. And I know the two of you do it. Your candle loses nothing when it lights another. Your candle loses nothing when it lights another. Fourth and final principle is enrichment. More than 80 times in the Bible, the words prosperity, abundance, and harvest are there. In fact, there's a proverb that says God rejoices when his people prosper. There's a verse that says from the mouth of Jesus himself, "I came that you might have life and have it more abundantly." Right?
But the thief comes but to rob, to kill, and to destroy.
That's right. The wealth of the wicked
is laid up for the righteous.
For the righteous. So
and a good man lays up. And a good
Katie Ann Mills.
And a good man gives to his children's children.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So we know in a careful reading of the scripture from our spiritual heritage that God desires that his people prosper. So it's a lie from the pit of hell that here on this earth you should be bent, broken, and begging. Right? And that you should wait till the hereafter to enjoy some comforts. No, you can enjoy them right here and right now. If you listen to how Jesus answered Peter when he asked him, "Lord, how should we pray?" Right? He said, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on this earth. On this earth.
Yes.
As it is in heaven.
Right? Thy kingdom come on this earth. He didn't say wait till after the funeral. He said, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven."
Yes,
right?
That's right.
So I want us to embrace the fact that we can be moral, spiritual, and wealthy and prosperous at the same time.
Well, how do you answer that, Stan, when it says, when he talked about how that he said, "Take up your cross and follow me"? What is that? What is that cross that he talks about?
Well, I'm sure. I mean, we listened to some of our guests already about the challenges of life. Well, the way I answer that is Psalm 34 says Psalm 34 says, "Many are the travails of the righteous, but God delivereth from them all." So just because you go to synagogue every Saturday, just because you go to worship every Sunday, does not mean you're not going to have some challenges.
That's right. That's right.
Right?
I was saying that because Jesus waited until he was crucified to enjoy his prosperity. After he was crucified, he said, "Now," he said, after he was crucified and raised from the dead, he says, "Now all things in heaven and earth are given unto me." You know, he's saying.
Well, that is a choice we all must make, and so we know that God desires that his people prosper, right? And so, with that said, those are our 4 principles of the Matthews broadcast, and I will gladly turn over the questioning of these 2 fabulous ladies.
Lovely ladies.
Oh my.
Lovely and
Oh, brother.
And keep the answers very succinct so those at home can know exactly what Community Daycare Center does.
All right.
What, Kathy, what is the name of your business or organization?
Well, I'm from the Community Day Nursery in East Orange, New Jersey, serving the community since 1897 with high-quality care and education for our children.
Okay, very good. What is the unique value of your business or organization? What is the unique value? What do they do that's different than the other
Well, I think something that's unique about us is that we are in the community and we are from the community and we reflect the community. I've only been there for 16 years, but we have staff that's been there for 40 years, 30. Well, it's the longest I've ever worked anywhere, but when I look across the room and I see someone that's been there 41 years, and I know I've got teachers in the classroom 39 years, 35 years, 30 years, clearly this is a unique situation, especially when you think about childcare anywhere. Childcare is hard work. It's physically draining, it's emotionally draining, it's intellectually draining, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done. So I think we're really blessed that we have people from the community, and we also have a little bit of turnover so that we can reflect our community as it changes. So many years ago, it was predominantly white when Phyllis was first hired.
Yes.
And you know, through the years, we became more predominantly African American. And then there was the Haitian immigration after the earthquake, and we opened up a bilingual Haitian Creole classroom, and now we have more Latino people moving into the community, so we have Spanish-speaking staff. So our younger staff has experience in the field, but they're bringing that culture with them and joining with the staff that's been there for so many years, and it's a fantastic family to be welcomed into.
That's wonderful. Who is a great referral for your business or organization? Who help your business to grow?
Well, our business has really changed. I mean, really, when you look at the history of a school 120 years, we started out strictly as a child care center, which for many years was really all that was on offer for people in the community. But 17 years ago, the state of New Jersey instituted a new program, which was public preschool in the 31 formerly known as Abbott districts, because the children were not achieving what we know they can achieve in school. And the theory is, of course, early learning is crucial for children's success.
Yes.
So in these 31 now communities, if we start the children earlier with what we know is high quality, what we know is a language intensive program, when they get to the schools, they will have that chance to be more successful. So bringing in the state funding and collaborating to provide a state preschool program really brought better living wages to the staff and benefits to the staff that we never could have afforded as a child care agency.
And I also think that parents were a great referral as well.
Okay.
Parents telling their friends what a gem we were, and they would bring their children, and then on and on and on that way.
That's good. That's good. What would you like to offer our audience for their support of your program? What would you like to offer them?
We'd like to offer them an opportunity to come and visit us.
Yes.
Come and ask questions, visit our school, see what we're doing there, see how our children respond to what we're doing there, because what we've got, we'd like to spread it around as much as we can.
Yes, and give all the children an opportunity.
And what is your web address, Facebook page, and phone number?
Oh boy.
Our Facebook page is Community Day Nursery East Orange, because in the 1800s there were community day nurseries all over the country, and so there's still another one in New Jersey in Bayonne.
Okay.
So we say Community Day Nursery East Orange, and our website is at www.cdneo.org.
Okay. And a phone number?
973.
673-3710.
Because I can't monitor.
You guys practice.
Tag team!
Tag team.
Right,
Yes.
That's right. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
Well, wow, I know you gotta go. Have a great night, Obed Rinval of RMS Goes that visited with us tonight. In the last minute of this segment, certainly want to thank you guys for being with us.
Thank you for having
Phyllis,
us.
you have a very unique history in the city of East Orange, my hometown, and as our resident historian.
Oh boy.
Tell me what you think of where East Orange has been, where it is now, and where it's going in about 2 minutes.
Oh my. 2 minutes.
Give us the meaning of life.
Yes, as I come to know it. Well, I was born in Newark, but I was raised in East Orange. My family moved to East Orange in 1952. My mother and father bought a house there, and I was educated in the public schools of East Orange. I went to Lincoln School, which is now Dionne Warwick. I went to Vernon L. Davey Junior High School, and I graduated from East Orange High School, the old East Orange High School. When we first moved there, we were the minority. When I graduated from high school, I might say that maybe 65% of the graduating class was white. So we were really the minority. I went away to college. I went to Cheyney University in Pennsylvania, which was a historically black college. And I met my husband there, and I persuaded him to come back to East Orange because he was originally from Pennsylvania. And I had the good fortune of finding a job at Community Day Nursery in 1975.
So you had education in childcare?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I went to Community Day in 1975, and I only was going to stay there just for a little bit, but then I loved it so that 40 years later, here I am. The community has changed, as Kathy has said. The dynamics of the community have changed. When I first went there, my entire class, perhaps maybe we had 22 children, and maybe 20 of them were white. Mm-hmm. So now it's the opposite. So the community has changed, but the community has changed, but what we do has not.
Okay.
We are there to educate the children and also educate the parents as well. So I hope I covered some things in 2 minutes.
That was good. That was good. Thank you.
Yes.
And
Okay.
what do you think is the primary benefit of having your child at East Orange Community Day?
Studies have shown, research has shown that the earlier a child begins school, the better they are, because between the ages of 0 and 3 years old, that's when the child's brain develops. So we're there to get them early because they're like sponges, and they, teach them the right things and what to do so that as they go on academically, they will be successful.
And with that said, we want to thank Kathy Burke, and we want to thank Phyllis Johnson for being with us and sharing this jewel of child care in the heart of my hometown. And another 120 years, we'll have you back for another year.
That's a big stand, and thank you. And thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
I want you to stay in the waiting area. We're going to have a group photograph with all the guests and you guys so that we can share on social media.
All right.
And share with everybody your beautiful faces.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome back for segment 2 of the Matthews broadcast. We are so glad to have you. And before we interact with our 2 guests, we just want to share with you some of the sponsors that make the broadcast possible and ask you to support those who support you. These are businesses in our communities who work tirelessly to provide us the most excellent services. So first and foremost, our corporate sponsor is Paychex, the People Pros, the HR company that everybody knows. Call Paychex and ask for our friend Sonati Laurent or Khalil Cunningham at 732-682-2203. When you're ready to move from good to great, call Paychex and celebrate. Join the campaign to take our hair and skin back by calling Paris Beauty Supplies at 609-218-5883. Ask for Donna or Drew Paris. And they are the owners of Paris Hair and Beauty Supply. They only carry natural and organic hair and skin products that are good for us, and every product in their store is manufactured by an African American company. They're at 1566 Edgewood Avenue in Trenton. Stop by and get an education and inspiration on taking your hair and skin back from Donna and Andrew. The market may be down, but it's not the only game in town. Call our precious metals expert, the one and only Samuel Collins, at 215-630-0570. Sam will show you how saving gold can build your wealth and how teaching your loved ones how to do the same may build you a fortune. Gold is the only real money known to man. It has been with us for all of man's history and rarely, if ever, goes down. And at a time where the volatility we see in the market is what it is, consider saving in gold as an alternative. Again, Sam's number is 215-630-0570. Don't settle for less, demand the best by calling Les. That's Les Daly, CPA, who provides the financial advice and counsel necessary, especially at tax time. So call Les Daly right now at 973-327-2085. And I mean right now, Les does not go home this time of the year. I'm sure he's there in the office working very hard for his clients. Learn how to acquire the mind, body, relationship, and financial prosperity you desire by calling Samut A. Scott at Whole Person Prosperity. Many of you know her as Mama Yoga at 609-516-9805. 609-516-9805. And call 609-647-4064 for the positive news, views, and information from us, by the one and only Leslie Carter, by getting a subscription to the Fourth Estate News Today. That's the Fourth Estate News Today, our only statewide community newspaper. So with that said, and our bills paid and our sponsors acknowledged, I'm glad to welcome Miss Rukia Blackwell, an attorney at law, and also a member of the Inner Circle Network in Central Jersey, and Mr. Mark Fury, also an attorney at law. They practice out of Mount Holly, but they have a clientele that's statewide and in fact regional. Mark was privileged to serve at one point as mayor of the Queen City, Plainfield, and Rukia will have the privilege of serving wherever she wants when she gets ready, because she is a powerhouse, and you can just tell being in the same room at the same time that the final story about what she will be has not been written. And Mark is right there making sure that he guides her in the direction where she will fulfill the great destiny we know. So at this time, I want to bring in our fabulous co-host, the one and only Katie Ann Mills, to ask both of you a few questions. And as I said to Kathy and Phyllis, answer the questions in a way in which the audience at home would understand how best to avail themselves of your services. Katie Ann?
Okay, so question number one. What is the name of your business or organization?
Okay, so I did start a firm, the law office of Rukia Blackwell, but this amazing gentleman allowed me the opportunity to use office space and also get all the knowledge I have from him. So I'll let him introduce his law firm as well, because we share space, and our goal is that eventually we will merge together to become one powerhouse law firm.
I'm thrilled to have the opportunity as a seasoned and senior attorney to have somebody that I can look forward to handing over a thriving practice. My own children did not choose to follow me into the business, which is a great pain to me. But I'm comforted in a large part by the presence of Miss Blackwell and her availability. I've watched her transition from a community-minded person pre-law. She's generationally involved in Trenton and has her family's played an important role in the development of the Trenton community through law school, now through a period of time spent clerking in the courthouses of New Jersey, really learning the ins and outs of how this works. There's no problem that comes up in the law that she can't handle, and now to be able to be a mentor and encourager to her is really satisfying to me.
Great, perfect. Okay, number two. What is what is the unique value of your business or organization?
I think for me, it's having that experience of working with young adults, specifically in the inner city. So when we get cases or when I pick up new clients, it's just not me coming in as an attorney giving the legal side. It's really wrapping up your hands around that client to make sure they have all the necessary services that may be available to them that's outside of our legal realm, Mama. So that aspect and having those type of relationships with a lot of my clientele are definitely previous students or people from my community that I grew up with. I think that makes a difference and sets me apart sometimes as an attorney.
I think that's exactly right. I mean, one of the reasons that we're thrilled to be here is there's like 100,000 lawyers in New Jersey, and maybe 9,000 or 10,000 of them are people of color. But there's a precious small amount who actually practice law on a day-to-day basis, who you can call up, who will take your problems and make them their own problem, make them our own problems, and try to address them. So Rukia's family and community background, my time in local government in Plainfield, kind of sets us on a different plane than many people, regardless of what their description is, because we're there to address a problem, provide the counseling, provide the services, pick a fight if we have to, whatever is necessary to solve the problem.
Okay, good. What are you offering in return for our audience's support?
Maybe I'll go first on this one, because it just follows on what I was just saying. I'm not an old man yet, but I'm on the verge. I can see it in the future, and so what I hope to offer is not only the years of experience that I have as a husband, a father, a corporate attorney, a small firm attorney, a big firm attorney, and now years in private practice, but also a generational transition that long after I'm gone, the quality and the commitment that we've been able to build will still be available to the community.
And I would definitely second what he's saying. I mean, have an opportunity to watch this man in court, I think it inspires me every day, which helps me become a better attorney and helps me with my clientele and the clientele that I have that I represent for him. So definitely what Mr. Fury said.
Good, perfect. What is your contact and social media information?
I have been at the law offices of Mark A. Fury in Mount Holly, New Jersey. Email furylaw@hotmail.com, and you can reach us at 609-518-8980.
And the address is 22 Washington Street in Mount Holly. And also I did start a Facebook page, so the law offices of Rukia Blackwell on Facebook.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much for being here and sharing. As we wind down, wanted to ask both of you to reflect on the election of our good brother, Mr. Murphy, Ambassador Murphy, and what is your expectation for urban communities under his leadership? Either of you can go first and just share your observation of what this election means and what you're expecting from a Murphy administration.
I'm never was truly really involved in politics. Family definitely involved in politics, but I recently attended the Martin Luther King breakfast put on by the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, and our governor-elect at the time spoke there, and just to hear his passion that he has for the urban community, just to hear his plans of what he has laid out for us in the future really helps me to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel with the climate that we're in right now as the United States, but specifically in New Jersey. He gives me hope of what the future is for other people that look just like me, and that's very inspiring.
Mark?
I had the honor of spending 4 years as mayor of my hometown, Plainfield, New Jersey. During that time, I was second vice chairman of the Democratic State Committee. I traveled to Haiti to observe their elections on the behest of then President Bill Clinton. I didn't grow up in politics, but I spent some time. And one of the things I learned is that a man like Mr. Murphy doesn't achieve what he's achieved in life without knowing something, without being tough, committed, talented, and focused. Yeah. So I hope the absolute best for him. I think it's a refreshing change for New Jersey. I think it's what we needed. I think he has some challenges. He has to distinguish himself from past wealthy men who have held the office but maybe didn't have the same vision that he has professed. And we hope to be there to support him. And to remind him if necessary.
Trust but verify. We heard that somewhere before. Just a few announcements of things that are coming that are very important. On the 21st of February, Guarantee Their Greatness, the investment conference that we broadcast live as a broadcast and host as the Inner Circle Network will be happening in the state capital of Trenton at Studio B Bakery and Bistro at 439 South Broad Street. We'll be bringing together 120 guests that will be coming to support 3 companies, the Fourth Estate newspaper, Paris Hair and Beauty Supply, and also Whole Person Prosperity, Ms. Samud A. Scott's Mind Body Energy company. We will also be hearing investment opportunities and expert advice from practitioners in our community. Sam Collins will be talking about investing in precious metals, specifically gold, as a safe haven in volatile times. The one and only Bernard Borges will be talking about mutual fund investing as well as Forex investing. Farida Stokes of Harks Realty will be talking about investing in real estate opportunities in and around the Mercer County area and on a statewide basis. And we will also have Tony Brooks, who will be talking about using insurances as a risk management tool to protect the wealth that you're building. We are also hopeful that we will be joined by Mark Fury and Rukia Blackwell to avail our audience of the legal services necessary to incorporate a business, to make sure that the kind of policies are in place in alignment with labor law, in alignment with tax law, so that you can build wealth and safely transfer it over to other generations. We'll also be joined by another attorney, Alan Washington, and potentially Mr. Robert Belmont, who are going to have some unique investment strategies to share with us. So the objective of Guarantee Their Greatness is to avail those present and an online audience of about 2,000 to 5,000 that we have to make our money work for us while we're sleeping. The most successful investor in the history of the world, Mr. Warren Buffett, at the World Economic Forum in Davos just recently said, the clip is on YouTube, if your money does not work for you while you're sleeping, you will work until you die. And so he was counseling the whole world, even if you put away $10, save something, invest something, so that your money can begin working for you. And so Guarantee Their Greatness is our effort to bring this to our community. And so we want to bring the best of our practitioners forward so that they can share with you, urban New Jersey, how you can avail yourself of their services and also build some generational wealth for your family. Tomorrow night at the Big Easy at 111 South Warren Street in Trenton, the Central Jersey Inner Circle Network will be meeting as we usually are. It's not hard to find us. We are there having Mr. Sababu's crab cakes, and collard greens, and great yams. So come out if you want to partake in fellowship with New Jersey's thought and business leaders. And join us at 111 South Warren Street, the Big Easy. We will be there at 7:30 to 9:30. Usually when the meeting is over, people hang around until 11 o'clock, so we can't stop you from fellowshipping, but the meeting is over at 9:30. We also want to thank again, the friends of the broadcast. On an annual basis, we ask 100 of you to step forward and support us financially to make sure that we keep this desk at 7 o'clock and we continue to have this platform. Well, I can say thanks to all 100 of you, but Alan Washington, you know what you did. My Yale lawyer, getting those Ivy League guys to help us out. But I thank you, I thank you, I thank you for allowing us to cross the finish line comfortably. I hope to see everyone at the Guarantee Their Greatness Investment Conference on the 21st. Last month, Rukia Blackwell did not attend. She was otherwise occupied in court, but there were two very happy young men who were in a room full of investors and people who they wanted to grow up to be like. And so when I asked these two young men, Mark, you know, I introduced myself to them and thanked them for being there. They said, Attorney Blackwell paid for our $50 ticket. And we are just so happy to be around all these successful people we never thought we would be in this room. So she was present without being present. And I thought that was just so generous. I said, this sister's got it going on. So I want to thank her publicly for that. As we do every time we leave the Matthews broadcast, right, Lindsay?
Speak on it.
We remind you there are two types of people in the world: dreamers like you, and those two, and you, and dream killers. Embrace the first and run like heck from the second. This is Stan Matthews with Katie and Mills, Lindsay Tynes, Mark Fury, and Rukia Blackwell, Kathy Burke, and Phyllis Johnson. EO in the house, saying good night and God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for tuning into the Matthews broadcast, streaming worldwide at gemsradio.net and locally at 91.7 FM. Watch us on Facebook Live at gemsradio.net. Join us Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. for empowerment broadcasting that roars, because our only business is growing yours.